Hey guys, it is Friday here in West Virginia, so it's time for us to do our Free It Friday, and today we have an extended version for you because we're cracking open 4 cars for you. If you notice the thumbnail, it said cracking Camaros because we are cracking open the 4 Camaro funny cars that appeared in the Dragstrip Demon series back in 09 and 10. There was 2 in the first series and 2 in the second series. We're doing all 4 of them. This is almost every variant of this car except for one that appeared in the convention. It's a 26th annual convention. It was a Make-A-Wish model. It was the 70 Camaro funny car with the Make-A-Wish foundation paint job. It was purple and pink. That one's pretty expensive nowadays. It's probably around 150 bucks, something like that, if you can even find it. I can't even find one for sale on eBay, so that is one that maybe I'll try to obtain sometime in the future. I don't know, that's kind of a pricey piece. So anyways, we're gonna start with the originals. The first ones, that is these 2. And these were from the 2009 Dragstrip Demon series. And you have number 26 and number 30. Number 26, 70 Camaro funny car, Gangrene, does not have a driver's name on it. I don't know if this is something that they made up and just named the car this and painted it like that at Hot Wheels, or if this was an actual race car. The USA 1 Bruce Larson, it was, but the Gangrene, I'm not sure about. It could have been, but I'm not sure. So anyways, it doesn't tell you much on the front here. It doesn't say much on the back either. Number 26 of 30, 70 Camaro funny car, metal body and chassis, authentic decos, and Real Riders tires. And then on the back side, it doesn't really tell you a whole lot. Just nostalgia drag racing has skidded from the sidelines and into the mainstream as faithful fans everywhere long for the glory days of old. Maintaining this momentum, Hot Wheels is revisiting vintage with a line of funny cars, top fuel dragsters, factory experimentals, fuel altered, and super stock vehicles. These models remind us of the days when ordinary men became daredevil drivers, strapped into cars that were transformed into fire-breathing monsters and hurled down the track at super high speeds. Hot Wheels proudly pays homage with this line of 30 cars designed to bring out the demon in you. And in this case release, you had Bruce Larson's USA 1 Corvette, the 70 Camaro funny car, the 74 English leather Plymouth Duster, and Don Perdume's Army Snake Vega. The Corvette is another one that I would like to get. The Bruce Larson one and the English leather ones and from Mongoose, Tom McEwen. So let's go ahead and get this guy off. I've already cracked him open. I've redone a lot of my collection. Well, maybe a third of my collection. I went back to the cars I can relate with and such, and the cars that I grew up around. I wasn't alive in the 60s and 70s, but in the 80s, when I was a kid, my dad raced a lot, and he had a lot of cars from the 60s and 70s, and then in my later teens and early 20s, I had a bunch too. So I grew up around the ISCA show circuit, and drag racing, street racing, and all that stuff, and these are the kind of cars I remember. So I kind of am getting away from the JDM stuff. I'm not going to be buying much anymore. If I do, it'll just be to do a review and then resell it if it's a new trending item. But yeah, I've gotten rid of a lot of JDM stuff and then reinvest it in older drag racing and Mopars. So we're going to be having a lot of older Dragstrip Demons and vintage racing and other stuff like that getting cracked open. So here's the first one. This is Gangrene. The bodies pop up on these, not very far though. The Camaro on all of them only opens like this, and I would not want to force it any further. But these are pretty much spot on for like the 70 Camaro funny car. The stance where it looks like the front bumper is dragging the ground, and it does hit a split bumper front end, pretty cool. And you can see the extended fender legs here for that funny car long wheelbase. Detailed taillights, and you have your parachute, your rear bumper, and such. And then your 5-spoke wheels, Goodyear white lettered slicks, and your wheelie bars casted into the chassis. The engine is also casted into the chassis with a blow-in and injected big block or Hemi, probably big block Chevy, but most of them ran Hemi heads like the Arius heads and such. Even if they're saying it was a quoted big block Chevy, they were all Hemi heads. But back in the 70s, I'm not sure, but nowadays they're all Hemis. So anyways, very sweet piece. And then number 2 is Bruce Larson. And, oh, number 30. But number 2 in our lineup today. Bruce Larson's USA 1 Camaro. So they have a lot of cars of Bruce Larson. They made his Camaro, and as you read on the back of the other card, his Corvette. And then let's see what the lineup was in this case. So you have Bruce Larson's USA 1 Camaro, Bill Style Super Stock Barracuda. We've done a video on that. Mike Zarnock's Altered Roadster. We've done a video on that. Dom Prudhomme's Army Snake Vega. And we may eventually do a video on that. I'm not sure. So let's go ahead and get him open. I taped that one closed so I could get a good thumbnail picture, because the blister on this one totally came off. It's like the glue on this wasn't even that great, because as you can see, it's like the glue just from age just lost its adhesion and came open, because it didn't even tear the card really. And unfortunately, this one from the factory has a little tiny paint chip on the A-pillar here, but not that bad. And in my display case, it has driver's side out, so you'll never see it when it's in my display case. But here you go, you got USA 1 Camaro in the grill, and you can notice that they did not paint the bumpers on this one. They did detail the headlights because it was all one-piece body. The bumpers were also glass molded into the body. You have detailed taillights. Once again, the bumpers painted, body color. The stripes roll on across the roof and down the back bumper onto the roll pan. Very sweet car. And as you can see, same thing. Body only flips up so far. And this pearl white on this car and on all of the USA 1 models in the Dragstrip Demons is beautiful. It's very thick, heavy pearl. And it doesn't have such a rainbow effect as like pearl usually does, but just the, I don't know, kind of the dull pearl look, but it has a lot of clear on it, so it just looks great. All of the USA 1 cars, especially the Camaro and the Vet, look fantastic in this pearl white. So, moving along to the last 2. This is Series 2 from 2010. And this one here was one that I've been wanting for a long time. Since I used to have all of them, both sets complete, but I got rid of them back in, I think, 2013. And when I got back into collecting race cars, even a couple of times ago when I started recollecting, I wanted this guy. The Dick Carroll one is awesome. Dick Carroll has a fantastic history behind him with like Yanko and Baldwin Motion with the supercars and stuff. So fantastic car to have in any collection. Even though I'm a Mopar fan, I grew up around GMs and probably only owned GMs except for one Mopar, and it was a work van. So, yeah, I'm mostly a GM guy at heart, but the Mopars I love and got into them later in life, but never was fortunate enough to own a Mopar muscle car. Owned a lot of GM muscle, though. So, anyways, we'll go around to the back, see what was in this case here, and Dick Carroll's 70 Camaro funny car, Bubble Up Pacemaker 77 Firebird, and Shirley Muldowney's 71 Mustang funny car, and a 74 Chevy Vega funny car called the Time Traveler, and then the 64 Ford Thunderbolt called Nazy Crate. So this one I taped closing too, so we could take the pick. So let me get this open again here for you guys, and then we'll take a look at him. And this car has a unique wheel detail to it. They painted the centers gold and such. And I cannot remember if this emblem on the side did say Dick Harrell, if it had something else in it, like Yanko or something like that, or SYC. I'm not sure. But the paint job is very similar to like his real car, even his 1969 ZL1 Camaro Pro Stock. This is an awesome looking car. Same maroon color that they had even on the 69 ZL1. Pretty sweet car. And this has the details of like a factory car, bumpers, the grille. And this one does not have taillight tampos on it though. Or it could, but it just kind of blends in with the body color. I think that's what it is. It blends in with the body color. But they did not put reverse lights on it. They didn't put reverse lights on this guy either. The only one they did is this one. They put the reverse lights on the center tail lights. So, anyways, once again, it only flips up so far. And very sweet car. That's my favorite out of the four. I think even if I had to make a wish one, that would still be my favorite. So this is the last one, number 4 of 25. Oh yeah, and the Dick Harrell, it was number 24 or 25. Forgot to point that out. So this is 70 Camaro Funny Car, Steve Nichols, Mill Road Boys Camaro. So this was also modeled after an actual race car. Let's see what they had on the rundown in this case. And actually just 2 cars, huh? That's kind of odd. Maybe it was more and they just didn't put them all in this package. I don't know. But it's 70 Camaro Funny Car, Steve Nichols, Mill Road Boys, and then a 69 Dodge Charger Funny Car Shaky Situation. And that's the only other 69 Charger Funny Car in Dragstrip Demons lineup besides the Hawaiian. And the Hawaiian I have, we took a look at it when we cracked open Stacked Deck. And anyways, I would love to see that car pop up in some more, like vintage racing series. I would love to see them do, I think it was called the Little Charger or Mini Charger or something like that. Mr. Norm's 69 Charger, well, 68 Charger, funny car. But, yeah, I'd love to see them do that car. So let's get this guy off the car and look at him. And then this guy has, I know, a couple of unique things about it. It's kind of like errors, I would call it. But you pull him out of the package, that's what he looks like. Paint job's beautiful. Has a smiley face on the roof. Kind of cool. This one they did also not paint the bumpers, but detailed the headlights and grille. Detailed taillights, but no rear bumper detail. So no bumper details on this one. I think they did that not to take away from all these graphics on the car and such. So this one, if you notice, the back of it sets a little higher than the others. I don't know if the body is mismounted or something, but even at that point, you can hear that the front air dam actually drags because the back end sits just a hair higher, not much. If anything, like a 32nd of an inch higher than the others. It's very small amount, but just enough to rake the front end where that front air dam rakes, because as you can see, these things are slammed. If you just push a little, they drag. So there is not much room for error. And then another thing that I noticed on this one, and I don't know if it's intentional, this side looks like these are chrome, but flipping him around to this side, I don't know, in the video it looks chrome, but if you really look at it from far away and compare it to another one, the back wheels are like silver, not chrome. This one's much more vibrant, shiny, whatever you want to call it. And it reflects a lot more than this one does. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but this side looks duller than this side to me. I don't know. In the back end, it's higher, but I looked at some pics online, and they all that I've seen kind of set that high. I don't know if it was just an issue with this Camaro, this model in particular, or not. Or if I just got one of the duds that set a little higher in the back with silver rear wheels. But that's it, guys, for today's Free It Friday. I know I elaborated on a lot of details here and such, but these cars deserve it. They're really cool and such. So, we'll be back again on Monday. And yes, on Monday, we're cracking open some more Dragstrip demons, but this time it'll be Mopars. So be sure to tune back in Monday to see some more demons getting cracked open. Thanks for watching and enjoy your weekend, guys.